You have always made your choice. Now follow the string. A 50-50. First direction. Hello everybody! Welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. Previously, we finished off what we could and wanted to in the real world before entering Jaw's Pillar, where we started to wander about. Having seemingly lost Snell and Atir, our goblin and ASMR companion. We then met this old man making shoes, and I'm not really sure who he is. If he's Jor, if he's my father, or someone else. Either way, we'll continue from here, and I think this might be the last episode of the series. Without further ado, let's move and see if my theory is correct. Now, as a little recap of my theory, there is a mysterious sort of invisible person who has gone into the Pillar of Jaw, who is suspected as the main person behind the bombing of the tea shop. And I think, considering all I've discovered, that it is this missing paladin. Because I feel like this was made such a big deal of. And it's, as you can see here, it says, you located an official paladin sigil in the city below. It appears high-ranking enough to, that it must have been Lord Gorm. Well, you have not found a body. He is most likely lost to the dungeon. I don't think that's the end of that. That was made such a huge deal at the start of this game. I don't think that Lord Gorm is just somewhere, fucking lost in the dungeon. I think Lord Gorm is the person responsible for the bombing. So we'll have to see if I am at all correct. You see him in the dark, the last sun. Oh, okay. Lord God! I was correct! Holy shit! I knew it! I was so fucking right! Lord Gorm, hero of Norwich. Hold on, what the fuck is up with him? What's with that arm? Flaming sword is cool and all. What the hell is up with their arm? Greetings, brother. Wait, are you? He bows before you. My name is Gorm Skalderman, loyal servant of Earth. I need your help. You see the writhing corruption upon his arm. It causes him to shake. Touched by the void. He appears sane enough, somehow. So that is how it is. I wasn't a rogue spellcaster, a rogue paladin. Explain yourself. The paladin performs a perfectly executed fist on chest salute. As he does so, you notice the longsword sheathed at his hip. He does not see you as a threat. The state has fallen, brother, he says, and lets out a crackling cough. In my grief and anger, I have made some egregious choices. Choices? Are you talking about the tea shop? Among others, yes. The broken man lifts his helmet, revealing a rugged face covered in layers of sweat and ash. But, he says, pressing his not as ruined hand against his brow, should have never come to this. Sorrow in his eyes. Was he ordered to do this and regrets it? Because, like, Lord Gorm is a paladin, and paladins often, in this world, seem to be in alliance with the nationalists who were already in charge. So was he trying to cancel the election by doing the attack? And does he regret it now? Sorrow in his eyes. Meeting your gaze. How many years have you served? 5 at the towers. Then you know well the particulars of Earthguard politics. Ake-san was struck by a feeble mind spell over 3 years ago. He's what? Huh, that makes a lot of sense. It does. He has been hidden away in the palace, in his palace manor for all this time. The Lord Patriarch is a puppet. Yes, as it is now a headless chicken run by a cabal of ministers. On a cursed evening 3 years ago, the leader of Norway was as good as assassinated. He decided to keep it a secret. The reasoning was simple. It was for the security of the city. Without Earth, we have no protocol on the transfer of power. None revealed to the public, at least. Have you seen Lord Ake-san? I have. I was one of the few to be granted audience about a year ago. A Lord Patriarch is lost in his own mind. No restorative magic takes. None we are able to muster, at least. Are you sure that the Lord Patriarch isn't just old? That's what most people think. The reasoning is why no one questioned his absence. However, Lord Ake-san was a shrewd man, and a hale one at that. He would eventually be taken by age, of course, but not like this. This was sudden and total in eclipsing his mind. Foul magic at work. Who knows about this? Few. The magistrates, some of the patriarchs, all of the sworn body officials, including me, despite my lower status as a paladin. It's a tightly guarded secret. They are sworn. How terrible. And none of them have told people. They cannot, nor can I. Why did they keep it a secret? They said it was considered dangerous for him to falter, after serving so long. Better to hold up a puppet until the election. Or, that is what they decided. I was not in that particular smoky room. Who cast the feeble mind spell? Enemies of the state. They broke into his manor at night, then they got away. The magistrates pointed to cultists. I went looking. I was unable to find any proof of such activities. Could it have been the daughter of the Coin Lord, who was a warlock paladin? Warlock assassin. Why are you telling me all this? Why are you here, brother? I believe those two questions have the same answer. What do you mean about the transfer of power not being revealed? It was kept hidden. What was? Earth's legacy, his instructions. The magistrates and Lord Patriarchs were provided with guidelines for the eventual death of Ake-san. Tell me, now. He grabs his corrupted arm and stops twitching. Then he speaks in a regal tone. Upon the death or at the behest of his lordship Ake-san, a provisional government will be declared. He closed his eyes, reciting words as if they were scratched on the back of his eyelids. This government shall have 2 years to oversee an electoral process, at the end of which a permanent government chosen by the people shall be enacted. This provisional government shall be headed by 2 individuals, with shared power and responsibility to provide full suffrage to all citizens of Norwich. The first individual shall be elected by all active clerical patriarchs within 7 days. The second individual shall be elected by all active guild union leaders within 7 days. He opens his eyes. 1 cleric, 1 ask list. Full suffrage at the discretion of a cleric and an ask list. Earth's legacy. If either of the provisional electoral processes fail, the individual will be chosen via random lottery at the end of those 7 days. He coughs. The instructions include more details, of course, but this is what Earth wanted from us, brother. This is what Ake-san wanted. He was going to step down, retire, to enact his final will on our glorious god. So that is why they feeble-minded him. They could not let Earth's will pass. They would not let go of power. That's one hell of an accusation. Yes, brother, a charge most serious. Know this, I read Earth's Legacy, his last will, over a year ago. Okazam was targeted 3 years ago, right as the election began taking shape. Think about it, if a cleric and an Ascalate were to be put in charge of the entire electoral process, who would lose? Who would possibly want to avoid such a scenario? The Free Striders. The Free Striders. And the power behind the Reedsian coffers. Behind their Reedsian coffers. It gives you a very tired look. Holy shit. Okay. Maybe Gorm isn't too bad of a person then? I'm not too happy in being a nationalist and all, but I work tirelessly to find truth in this. I use my privilege to access archives, party meetings, documents spanning all districts. The ability to investigate the whole magistrates without alerting anyone to my intent. It turns out the answer was not so hidden. What did you find? All magistrates have deals with the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. In total, approximately 85.5 million crowns in the form of public work investment, guild expansions, targeted tariffs, consultants fees, the illegal sales of Norwickian property, exclusive land licensing bids, key positions within the district bureaucracies, and sometimes even just gifts. This is horrifying. The magistrates are smarter than he thought. Do you have the receipts? Some. Barely anything. Anything damning is kept under wraps. Perhaps else looks innocent. Everything else looks innocent at the surface. This is horrifying. Agree with him. Yes, it is. Brother. Eyes flick to his arms, his face contorting into a painful wince. I know well why you are here. I am responsible for the explosion. He admits it. Okay. There you go. The elf, she... Gorm lifts his head. Regret. He places his hand upon the pommel of his sword. You killed her. Arguably, yes. Arguably? I should explain. The body of Norway has been entirely corrupted by crowns and foreign interests. He scoffs to himself. A city, sliced up, auctioned off. Why didn't you speak up? Break your oath. People would believe you. They trust you. Rather, my oath is not one to be broken. Swore my life to the party. A life oath? Why would you... If I spoke to the press, if I spread rumors, if I so much as mentioned their foul play to a beggar on the side of the road. He laughs. Near the tears in his eyes. But he would reject the words, as my soul would reject its vessel. My life forfeit to the whims of this fallen city. His head falls, his shoulder is heavy. The burden, the weight of this curse. Nevertheless, a real man would have been able to break it. Lifting his head, his jaw clenched, one hand gripping over the other. It should have been able to. The fact that he is telling you this tells you his soul has already lost the dominion beyond. But here, you are free to speak, because this is your soul, not your body, right? Yes. The oath is not broken. I can still feel it, but here, Earth does not watch me. Here he does not see what a monster I've become. He never does. What did you do? He lifts his mutated arm, the flayed skin pulsating around the vein like tendrils. I sought that aberration. You made a deal with Everglad? Oh! We all knew he was there. Everglad was never considered a threat down in his flooded temple. Nowhere his warlocks. I did not imagine he would so easily give me everything I need. I let him speak. Terrible, terrible power. He clenched his mutated fist. A god never dies, brother. They simply fade from our world. That much was clear. When I watched him go, that means with enough power, with the correct esoteric ritual, I can return him to material reality. He takes a decisive step forward. I can bring back our god. You want to resurrect Earth? His face grows dark. I can bring him back. You can smell the hubris. Yeah, bringing back a dead god is a rough one. Maybe you might be going a little bit too far here. Water.
There's nothing but pain in that statement. Whether he speaks the truth or no, it does not matter anymore. He's on a path, on this path till the end.
1,400 pounds of silver, branches from 5 trees, grown on the soil of his birth, diamonds carrying a worth of at least 100,000 crowns, as per last material break. And the paladin bites down on his words. It's all ready. I have it all.
What was the fourth thing? Hold on, fourth. Present 5 trees, diamonds.
What is this spell called? I do not care to name it. It does not deserve one.
Why? But this is what he wants. Why not revel in it? Something's off. What is he not telling you?
Does he need a vessel? Is that the favor he's asking? He's asking me to die so Earth can come back?
What makes you so certain it would even work?
A vision, brother. I know this is far-fetched, but here in this beyond, there are no limits to spellcasting. The rules are different, wilder. There's an esoteric freedom. I have seen into the depths of this place. In all this time I've spent here, I know I ask much of you, brother. I ask for your faith in this spell, but I swear Earth is here, somewhere close. I can feel him watching me, giving me these visions.
You realize what you sound like, right?
Yes, I am aware. I both look and sound like a raving cultist. He flexes his mutated hand with another Vince.
The pain is familiar to him at this point. He seeks out as much as he wants to avoid it.
Is this actually Everglad whispering to him, trying to get him to give him a vessel? What level is this spell? I do not know. 10th, 11th. Yikes. Okay.
When are you casting it?
I've been casting it for days, brother. It is near completion.
How do you learn to cast it?
Everglad's esoteric connection with the beyond allow me to make contact with a number of otherworldly beings. They help me mold a custom epic tier spell for the sole purpose of resurrecting one specific god. While my appearance has been tainted by the foul realm influence, this spell is no foul magic, nor in any way influenced by Everglad. It's a divine magic. This divine magic at its most powerful. What patrons don't just give this shit for free? Something's going on here. How did you get all these spell components? The branches I secured myself by visiting cursed lands. The diamond and silver secured via Ilum. The elves paid you for your spell. Oh, this just gets better and better. They did, in full. What did they wish in return? The same thing they always wish for. Our eradication. He coughs and winces. The Ilum wish to stop the Free Striders from getting a foothold in Ascan. They believe the Earthfolk to be weak without them. Easy prey, they are wrong, but I played into their assumptions. To them, I was a rogue paladin wanting revenge on my people. One who needed funding to establish a network of dissidents. After a few fevers, they gladly provided me with the silver, the diamonds, along with an agent to plant the necklace of fireballs. That explains it. So the elf was an agent from the Ilum. Was the necklace of fireballs a necessary thing for this, or was that just a distraction? What exactly? Why did you blow up the tea shop though? Like, I still don't kind of get that. Was it just to kill the elf? You brought the necklace of fireballs in this city? Yes. I signed the paper to get it through the customs without inspection. Then it landed in the hands of an elf. Bini Athena. The warden of Outreach told me she was a traitor. He raised his eyebrow, caught by what you say. A warden? Whatever he told you, they discard. Never trust an elf. But I should trust you? Trust yourself. Trust others to do as they do. He looks off into the void. The elf did exactly as her masters ordered. She took the necklace from the shipment, Waterley. Then she made sure the box was stored in the space underneath the temple. Under the temple? There's an old tunnel there, used as a stash by the seashore. Bini Athena made sure the crate with the hidden necklace was stored inside. It was supposed to stay there until election, at which point... What did you do, Gorm? The paladin twitches his hand, but appears to tense up. What did you do? Everglad whispered in my ear that the elf had set up a meeting with the Beast Rider agent. I intervened. I ended up Tisha from Pillar Crossing, past the tunnel. I found her sitting in one of the booths. She had the necklace of fireballs grasped. He must have really fucked up that encounter. Let's let him speak. The elf was planning on selling it to make an escape for herself. Blame her, but I could not let her take it. The thought, the possibility, did not cross my mind. I cast charm person on her, though I had forgotten how elves ignore such a fact. Yeah, elves have Fey ancestry, which makes them immune to charm and sleep-based magics. Blunder of the decade. She reacted violently, threatened to blow us both up. In the last, her mind raced of possibilities of escape, of solutions. She found none. Again, I do not blame her for this. Before I figured out what to say, I saw it in her eyes. His gaze, no longer focused on the void behind you, now pierced yours. Oh, sorry. His gaze no longer focused on the void behind you, now pierced your eyes behind your helm. She had already made up her mind. I cast Misty Step, reaching the edge of the room before it hit the ground. She was incinerated instantaneously. Me, I made it out with seared flesh. He closed his eyes. She did not suffer for what little it is worth. She suffered. She suffered every indignity a person can at the behest of this man. No, she did. She blew herself up just to get you. In vain, a waste of life. She didn't have to do that, she chose to. Whether it's true or not, does not matter. My intent was not to kill her, nor to turn her in. If she had given me the necklace, if she had fled the city. Gordon twists, his jaw tightening. Regret wraps a man's head. It does not matter, that string has ceased. It matters. You monster. Your words leave a green taste in your mouth. But why did you need the necklace so much? What were you planning? What were you gonna blow up? I'm so glad I'm getting all the answers I've been looking for so far. Let's see. The paladin looks at you with dead eyes. Your guts sink. It conjoins and twirls among the eternal waters, words spoken by the gruff man near breaking your resolve. There is a fourth component to the spell. Stare at him. One final sacrifice. Say it slowly. What is the final component, Gorm? He does not meet your gaze as he says. the souls of 27 of its believers.
What?
One soul for each year since fading, forcibly taken in beyond.
Oh dear gods.
Holy shit! They will be channeled here, to this exact corridor upon death, at which point the spell will be cast and Earth will return to the rest of its people. He closes his eyes and mutters a few words to himself.
A prayer.
Disgusting. What? Thus I am forsaken. Are you insane? Not yet. His two words are joined by a grim scowl upon his face. 27 innocent people. 26. I will be the final sacrifice. You think that makes it okay? No. None of this is okay.
That's...
I need your help, brother. Without the necklace of fireballs, it will be a grim task to collect these souls. He holds out a clenched fist, mutated flesh in a grotesque ball. Will you assist me in resurrecting our god?
He wanted to kill himself for the cause, that's one thing. But now he's making that choice on behalf of those random people? And for what? In the hopes of bringing back some dusty old god? Fuck this and fuck him! You are watching a tragedy unfold beneath the stars.
Oh, fuck. Where did that come from?
This poor man has been driven to the brink of the abyss. He's staring into it. A chronic lack of agency, a zealot on the edge of desperation. These whispers he hears, they cannot be his voice. They are anything but. Please speak to this man. Make him remember the path taught by Earth, your good God. It's impressive, really. You have this crazed maniac of a paladin ready to perform mass murder. But listen to him. He's so assured of his own righteousness, so profoundly up his ass. The very road to the deepest hell will become flooded by his massive tears, once he offers himself, of course. Until then, he's your problem. Choose your next words carefully. There's no one here to save you, and if you make a shitty choice, you'll have to live with the consequences for the rest of your life. No pressure.
Take a deep breath. Take your time.
You're not the only one who wants him back. What gives you a sacrifice? What happened after the spell goes out? Just hold on. There's time to think. Everything have to die. Then you want to kill 27 random people. Is this the wrong timing to ask if he wants to buy a bottle of milk? Goddamn, I have a scroll of wish that could be used to treat. Oh lord. Okay, son. Let's first try to understand him. He's alone, tired, weary, from decades of fighting for his failed master. He has watched for 27 years how everything they built has fallen apart. The paladin wants to save his people, by casting himself as the villain, by destroying innocent lives despite the pain it causes him. Is this what it means to be truly good? To go against everything natural and decent to help the untold future generations. God damn it. I guess I'll understand him. He's not, it is not good, but it is what he thinks, despite all the horrors involved. Shit. I have a scroll of wish that could be used. No, argue for another path. DC 14. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, thank God! Okay. Right, it is time. The final time. Time to show him who's the best. Best at winning in a dialectical debate. Let's do this! There is another way, Lord Gorm! Pray tell, brother. Okay, he's giving you a shot here. Don't fuck it up. I spent countless nights arguing with myself, thinking of every possibility, every action. If you have a solution, I would love to hear it. Now that I know the truth about the
magistrate's coup. I could help you spread the word. We can still enact Earth's will. What if we find a cure for the Lord Patriarch? A cure for the feeble mind? If you did that, you could be our new God King. We can fight back. Now that I know about the truth about the magistrate's coup, I can help you spread it. We can still enact Earth will. Yes, that could have been a solution, and I hate myself for not thinking of it sooner when it was possible. But now my reputation is in ruin. Elections is now, and power will change hands. And even if we had time fighting the free striders on their terms is foolhardy at best. No, it is as much of a suicide as this spell is, with no result. We can fight back, create a resistance movement. I've already done that. What? I used the considerable funds from the Ilum to fund various resistance movements around Norway. True nationalists who stand with the Earth against these corrupt officials. They will be crushed in time. I consider it a coup, but that would have been a disaster. We never had the might or the access, and given their proclivities toward the deception, they are prepared and paranoid. What about if we ask the people nicely to sacrifice themselves? The lives are to be taken unwillingly. It is murder the spell wants. Magic, as I'm sure you're aware, is all about intent. Otherwise it would be easy. What about your own life then? His face contorts into a foul scowl, and you wish to die, brother. A life will be taken by force as well. Okay, none of this is working clearly. Move on.
True. Welp? What do you mean, whelp? Welp, I think, what can you do? There's always one thing what you can do.
What is that? Paladin watches you, silence sweeping over the eternal pools around you.
Tell him.
That won't work. You're not a Lord Colm trying to empathize. Let's do it. His eyes widen slightly.
His heart clenches.
There are thousands of us, devoted to Earth, believers that would do anything for him. The Paladin nods along with your words. But there is another man. He's an ideal, a dream to strive towards. He freezes. I'm not so sure I agree. Perhaps not to you, but if we lose you, Lord Gorm, then we lose the last man at the top who fights for us. I'm not what you think I am, brother. I do not have the power to sway the forces of the world. He lowers his head in defeat.
Careful now, don't lose your head.
Earth is a dead god, but not forgotten. Please do not join him. Not yet. Not yet. I understand you, brother. But no. I see the way. It's the one I choose.
See? Some other way, then.
I have a scroll of wish that could be used to treat Lord Akazam. You... Gorm squints at you and the piece of ancient paper you're waving around. You have a scroll of wish? I do, Lord Gorm. It is yours if you want it. He looks at it, then looks away. The Lord Patriarch has been gone far too long, brother. And wish is quite possibly a madder idea than my own. However,
you can see him working it over in his dark mind.
Well, I'm sorry to say, even with that, I am far too gone. Your wish cannot bring back a god. It is only a 9th level spell. Water. This man knows more than you will ever know. You are nothing compared to him. Convincing to start by his oath to Earth with religious fervor. I guess I'll try that. The Paladin is not broken. He knows exactly what his god is. There is the horrid truth, one deeply ingrained in the body and skin and the muscle tissue of this broken man before you. This is a man who is throwing away everything, including the love of his god, for the purpose of reaching the better world. You can see it in his eyes, it is written in his flesh. The grandest thing a good man can truly sacrifice would be everything that makes him good. Gorm believes that somehow he knows in his vision filled skull this string will lead, but he does not. But I'm not sure if my mic picked that up there, so it got a bit quiet on the end. But he does not know anything. He has faith that Earth will set his wrongs right. Exactly. Lord Gorm, brother. What this paladin does not understand, however, is the most awful truth of all. I hope I have made this clear to you. Our God never wanted us to pick up after him. But his sacrifices, with him gone, someone else has to keep giving. I am not only willing, I am ready to. Speak, you fool! The paladin glares at you with wide eyes and open mouth. Flabbergasted. You dare to place your burdens upon his shoulders. Anger flashes upon his rugged and quite hairy face. You are no monster. You are a child. You. A child running to his tired father when the goings get tough. A father who gave him everything. Lord Gorm knows this. The intense rage now building in his chest is proof enough. He grips his twitching arm. Anger comes only from a sense of injustice. When faced with unwanted truth, the man's ego will bring him fury. It is only in facing that ego, in breaking it, that you, O Lord Gorm, will be redeemed. Yes, our city is falling. Corrupt cabal of magistrates bringing everything to ruin. I see that. You have dealt with it alone for decades, shackled to your duty. They threw away his legacy. Words spoken through a tremendous temper, teeth clamped down, voice low. The insidious forces of Reeds, they cannot be stopped. They cannot be. I never saw him. You did. So tell me, did Earth ever tell you to always rely on him? Paladin lifts his chin and glares at you. Did he ask for your faith? Your utmost faith in his ability to set things right at the end? He opens his mouth to speak, yet nothing comes out. Push him. Did he? No. The word sticks out of him, his face growing paler by its presence. It is. I'm only interpreting what I've read. But I always assumed he asked us to be men. No, fuck. This was the this is not the way I want this to end. We would make it through every horrible challenge, every lonely night, every excruciating humiliation. Yes, the paladin cannot form words. He is left standing on the brink of silence. I don't believe Earth taught us to kill ourselves, so he could put the words right. Right. I don't believe that for a second. I don't like that this was the only solution that, like, quote-unquote, worked. Maybe if I pushed him more when trying to suggest another route, it would have been better. Like, I don't like this fucking, I don't like this angle. I hope it fails, and I have to arrest him. I believe Earth taught us to kill ourselves so he could put the world right. I don't believe that for a second. He shuts his mouth. He does not look at you. What did he teach us, Lord Gorm? Sacrifice. He taught us to give everything to set the world right as we could. It's that. It's not what I'm doing right now, brother. You're sacrificing your goodness. For what? For an even heavier burden to be placed upon him. Even if everything in your spell goes off, with every esoteric mishap ignored, his divine spark returned to the coast, Earth would be saddled with everything you leave behind. That is not... He would... Alone, Gorm. He would be alone against this terrible fate. The paladin stares at the reflected stars beneath his cape. Alone. Even God cannot destroy the horrors of capital. Lord Gorm takes a crackling breath. His mind is racing. His pain is growing. At least I managed to put an Aeschylus twist on it. But he listens. Wait for him to find the words. I am. And by duty above all. He covers his face with trembling hands. The last splash you see is of the tears upon his dirty cheeks. I have never known life beyond this helm. My lord of the spoke of probability. He saw them through his divine visions, yet he could never tell me of my chances in this life. He could never tell with me, but he often asked about my thoughts on risks. on how much I was willing to gamble, to sacrifice, in order to protect those who needed it the most. You always told me I was reckless, because I would always go for anything over 50-50. What do you think the odds are on your spell working out? I was hoping for 50. Only Earth would know for sure. Lord Gorm places a hand upon the pommel of his sword. Most things in life are 50. It's our duty to lower the risks. His voice crackles behind the iron. Those are his words, written and spoken again and again. His mutated, twitching hand on the grip of his legendary blade. I have failed as a man and a son. You can be redeemed, Lord Gorm. You can come back from this. No, I'm too far gone. The body has been breaking apart for the chose this cursed road. Here we go, baby! Okay, I'm glad it didn't work. But yeah, let's do it. Tell me, brother, what's your name? I am a friendly local. Alright. He smiles behind his helmet. He's content. I place everything in your hands. My good. Oh, okay, I thought I was gonna fight him. No, okay. Okay, I guess this works. Shit. And he falls upon his sword. We don't know if any of this is truly the right path. It's now done. Lord Gorm has chosen his fray. Be pleased. You watch as his spirit is drawn towards the stairs. The last paladin of the strings forget his failures. Though he will not be so easily forgiven. Cleric! John. Ah! Your companion is winded, his face glancing from side to side in the darkness. This place is fucking awful. He's making me running around for hours. You okay? The sling in his hand, be ready for a fight. What did I miss? I took care of the bad guy. What? Does that mean? He gestures forward. Lord Gormus. Something in the distance, something radiant. And glorious. You notice your celestial companion descend from the darkness, her light finding it difficult to pierce the veil. Cleric, Snell, apologies for the delay. This plane is vast and full of beasts. The what? Beasts. They have been vanquished. I see you too have been successful. Yes, I was just about to say Lord Gorm is dead. So it seems. Lord Gorm, the missing paladin? That actually makes a lot of sense. So he blew up this tea shop. The elf blew it up. Lord Gorm was partly responsible for the necklace of fireballs, though. His eyes light up. Right. So it was a conflict. An attack from within. Lord Gorm was part of a plot to blow up the necklace during the election, as was Binia. Right. But Gorm was only faking it. What? Gorm was pretending to hate the city so the Ilum elves would fund his dark ritual, which would bring back Earth from the dead. But he also needed to kill 27 Earthfolk to finish the spell, which is why he needed the necklace of fireballs. But since Sabinia blew it up, he was now planning on going out there and killing people himself. I see. What? A ritual to bring back Earth. The angel repeats your words as if she is grasping their meaning. He invited me to joy. We talked, and the angel glares at you with many eyes. Goblin stares at you too, fighting you. Lord Gorm has dug himself into a pit. He eventually saw reason. Oh. He put his flame tongue. Oh, it's a flame tongue sword. Okay, yeah, that's explains it. Yeah, he put his flame tongue through his chest and faded. It's over. A tragic end, a tragic path. I am unsure what to do with this information. Damn. Perhaps we shall discuss once we have returned. Yeah, great idea, dear. Now how do we get back? There's a man on the steps. Huh? Who's the old guy? The angel's halo stops spinning. Cleric? This man. Breathe. It is finished. You have chosen well. The old man puts his hand behind his back. Before you go, I would wish to have a few words with you, but no hurry. Time is still now. That the old man. You do not lose anything by taking a short rest, I assure you. He smiles. You are not yet done. Breathe. First breathe. Flame Tongue of Norwick. +3 strength. I don't really use strength, so I'm fine without it. Okay. So I think this might be the last... Well, this might be the quote-unquote end of the story. The dog! Oh. The timid man greets you with lowered head. Hello. Hey. He meets your gaze. This road has been terrible, all due to my negligence. Are you Earth? Eyes filled with regret and confidence both. Why is he talking like the keys of one who... Who are you really, Knut?
Huh?
Knut. You know this guy? He wipes some dust off his apron. I ran into him before. He's a cobbler. Right, cobbler. I'm sure there's a lot of shoe emergencies out here. He shakes his head. I'm afraid there is no good way to put this, but I shall make it clear to you. I swear on it. Well, you better explain it quickly. Not sure if any of us should stay in this spooky hellscape any longer than we have to. You are very correct, Snell, he says with a smile. This place is bad for a man. Brings him to face both his hard and even foul things. Then he looks over to her tear. You seem to handle it just as well as expected. She looks at him in silence. The goblin looks back and forth between them both. Okay, I'm getting a bit freaked out now. Let him speak. I am Knut, son of Dorke. That is all I am here and now. I was born in Dejvik, amidst the early days of the First Coastal War. Its chaos brought upon the death of many upon my kinsmen. First, due to fate or some other cause, I was granted audience with a higher power. An audience which left me with a channel of strings. All I knew at the time was the inescapable risk of staying lands. Pushed by to action by my brother Toll, and together we rallied as many longships as we could. Toll, Earth's brother and mythical explorer of Ascan, founded several towns along River Torna and famously never returned from his expedition into the Infinite Wastes. We saved 50,404 people, approximately a quarter of the villages. As we left in search of new lands, those people began to look at me and my newfound divine strength for more than guidance. They gave me a name from the older world sagas, once steeped in bygone mythology. My lord, look upon the old man. They called me Earth. Hammer of Fate. Kneel. That can't, the goblin mutters. How? I would like to ask, why are you here? He lowers his head. My existence is fleeting, stuck between material and beyond. This old man's weary expression tells you, rise. I am not one to bow for. Are you truly him? Yes. You see, I died like any old man should. just a few decades later than usual. But here I linger, guarding this gate. For whom? For what purpose? Who knows? The old man laughs. It's a bit silly, really. Toll must have loved to see it. This is insane. I don't disagree. That was my initial reaction for them to the first few years in this place. I assure you, I, too, have many questions. You catch a glimpse of Snell, then opening his mouth again to speak, only to shut it. The goblin companion clearly wants to ask something as well. He's waiting his turn. Ask what you wish. I know you have questions. I know you have questions. This man has not spoken with another for a very long time. He's glad to talk. Well, since there's no rush. Toll, your brother. Yes, the old fool, speaks with a sad smile. Haven't seen him pass through here. He must have died years ago, missed his epic final adventure. But who knows? Time moves differently inland. Maybe he still walks the endless ways as we speak, looking for Joe's key. Key? I haven't heard that before. Toll, right. Like Tollstad, Toll's Square. I heard it was a real adventure. He was, Snell. He was. Your god looks out in the void. Toll always wanted to travel, to understand Joel, to sail and wander. He received his circumnavigation blessing not long after we founded Norway. Yet he could never reach Joel's point. After a lifetime adventure, he still wanted to know. That is why he set off. Toll's leaving. The national holiday. My brother figured the secret to Joel would be unlocked in the wastes. Once he crossed a really cold valley, which I later renamed Toll's Pass, my sendings stopped reaching him. The last thing he told me in that final message was, "Fear not, brother. I always find my way home." Thus, I hold out hope. Can you see Norwich from here? Somewhat, yes. I have the ability to cast minor magic here, including a soft scrying. I feel a bit tragic, of course, to be unable to interfere, yet able to watch, as you imagine. Have you watched me? The guard squats down, placing his palm towards the light before him. The closer to the pillar, the more I can see, like your adventures in the city below, or your encounter with Gurgalash. It was a pretty epic battle, huh? It was. One of the epicest. I fought him, you know, all those years ago. Every time he would flee, regroup, and try something new. A smart one, that Kugalash. A tough leader. A big leader, if you will. Right, that was his original title. Big Leader Gurgalash. He adjusts his glasses, reminiscing into the void. He seemed to really hate you. I don't blame him. Your god looks away for a few seconds as if using the void to take in your words. I destroyed his tribe dragon. His kingdom, his people, took it from him without any kind of fair fight. I struck for my own need, and I was, well rewarded. Perhaps it is a pity I did not follow through, instead leaving him to the life of an undercoast vagabond. Part of me feels I knew him well. We dueled many times. Another part of me wonders if I should have taken the risk of diplomacy. At a certain point, it wasn't that far off from 50-50. Would you have taken that? Attempted peace with the trolls? Would you have followed through, pity be damned? If the odds are good enough, sure. Every creature has the capacity for good, even a troll. I'd say manipulating a troll into being harmful isn't that much harder than the average human. Problem lies more in what happens if you fail. The troll will smash things. I would take the risk. Anything to avoid unnecessary death. Even if the risk was the lives of your people. I would just do better, increase the odds. That's the spirit. The deep sigh leaves him. I do not believe in a clear answer, not anymore. but I chose my path. He glances at Snell, who still looks stunned at watching you interact with your actual god. Ah, right. Goblin genocide and so on. Turn to Snell. You have something to ask? Of course, it's a god. But there's no rush. You should ask Gorm first. I'm thinking of how to formulate this question I've got. Take your time. You want to ask something, Atir? No, but I have something to say. I understand. He grips the pommel of a sword. Speak your minds firstly, I will bide my time. And as I have for many years. Oh boy, tension! She's angry. I actually have so many questions. You see Snell shift his shirt around. I have a few questions of my own. You go first. We have time. Your god aims to pair of finger guns. Your god aims a pair of finger guns at you? Shoot. What a lad. Oh god, huh? Is nationalism fascism, sure? No. I do not believe it is. Knows this. How? Why? Fascism and nationalism are overlapping ideologies. Fascism, the ideology of nationalism born during the fall of majocracies in Old Demonor. The term originates from the Dermist fascio, which means something akin to a collection of warriors. One is an entirely new idea of a United Nations state, whether by culture or folk type or anything else. The other is... He squints. Fascism is really bad. That seems a bit more realistic. I was often called a fascist. But then I read those books from Reeds. I never particularly identified with it. They seemed to hate liberal ideas, but I was always quite fond of the egalitarian pursuits. Yeah, equal opportunity killer, maybe. In my dictatorship, I took many cues from Askell himself. Hells, Gus Rubren was my brother. He taught me wisdom beyond my years. Gus Rubren, the first Bam Emvres to settle in Norwich, head of the great Norwegian construction project. And there's the fetishization of violence. This man who justified multiple genocides by saying they were for the greater good. That isn't fetishizing violence. He acts as though by wringing your hands enough, they will no longer be covered in blood. It makes me think of an angry young man left powerless, someone neglected by his village. Obviously, he would lash out. Fascism seemed to be as nothing but a response to that powerlessness, especially one grown in the wake of the First Coast War. Why does he keep calling it the first? If anything, it taught me not to take it lightly. To make sure each new generation of men in Norway were given exactly what they needed. Discipline, challenge, and a god who does not conflate strength with violence. A real role model. That's a lot of words to say you don't want to be called a fascist. Yeah, sure. He looks up at you abruptly. That hit clearly landed. Yes, well... His head tilts back down. Shame and regret. Whether he had lived during your time or not is not what mattered. Or how is strength not violence? I wonder. True strength is, in my mind, your capacity for enacting violence measured against your ability to never have to. In a sense, it applies less to violence and more any form of competency. A real man makes the best of himself, no matter what that looks like. He does it for himself for the benefit of his tribe. Does that make sense? Himself into a competent weapon. What if he performs evil as the weapon? What if a man makes himself into a competent weapon? What if he performs evil as that weapon? He asked for strength, not goodness. True strength is a tool. Real men can come in all alignments. Take you, for example. You wield magic beyond compare. How long does it take for the average wizard to memorize a new spell? Just copying it into his spell book? A wry smile on his face. Kid's ass. It's working, you're blushing. Hours per new spell. And you do it in seconds. That's no trick. Nor is it only talent. Perhaps you have a knack for the esoteric. I won't argue against that. But think about the sleepless nights, those years you prayed and studied and read. divide never truly fit. No zealot, perhaps? He smiles. This is what you are now. This is your calling. This is exactly where your people need you. But, he glances over to Atia. My father, a man of many idioms, once told me, you don't have to do anything but the best of you. You don't have to be anything but the best of you. The rest, the village takes care of the rest of that. Nod. You must have gotten that from a book. What does the red eye mean? I mean, that symbol we used. That was adopted from existing symbolism. Ah, yes, that makes sense. I see. You would be one to figure that out. I never went to build a religion, you see. But when we conquered the city full of ruins, with that red eye all over the place, I think it was Ag who came up with the idea, called Earth's Red Eye. Turns out, it was an albino lion warlord who held the ruins sometime before the trolls took over. A one-eyed albino, one red eye. The old man points at his very own dark eyes and laughs. However, that's fine enough. Allowed us to spend more time on public works rather than shrines. Are you really a god? He shrugs. Peaceful response. I had the same power as all those big shots in Don't you want to be a big shot? Big shot! Big shot! Sorry. Fucking... Deltarune Chapter 5 is coming out soon, so Deltarune's been on mine. I've been posting a few, of my Deltarune shorts again, just to, you know, build the algorithm of my channel towards that, so it doesn't flop immediately. And just because it feels like it's relevant now, with it's coming up, but still, seeing Big Shot fucking triggered something in me. Make a god of me or not. It is the banner I've carried for the sake of unity. If that banner ever grows useless, burn it. Let something new rise from the ashes. A god, a spirit, a memory. I don't care about I pray to you, but how do you... you know what, let's say it anyway. I pray to you. Yes, you do. I cannot always hear it clearly. It's a lot, but I hear yours, that I promise. How do you grant us cleric's magic from here? As you've been taught, I channel the divine through the strings. Subconsciously, though, or maybe more like instinct. I'm an old hand at this by now. Might be a reason why I wouldn't want be allowed to move on. That I'm still needed to keep this channeling going. Which makes me think of all the other dead gods out there still connecting those thousands upon thousands of clerics into their sources beyond. That's crazy. Agreed. I am happy to fulfill my duty here. Keeps me sane. But I wonder if the Mender feels the same, or if Lady Fair holds down the fort in some other tunnel. The implications here are quite intense. Yeah, so dead gods aren't allowed to move on and just have to forever control their fucking strings of their people and believers. Dead gods just end up in some void, being used as keys to magic. Incredibly, he talks about it as if it would be no big deal. I wish I knew more. Once I am forgotten, maybe I will see through this gate. Get to see through this gate. To go where souls go once they pass. One day you might gain that knowledge. For now, focus on the material. This will set you free. You want to buy a bottle of milk? Your god smiles. I know you had to ask, but I'm fine, thank you. I think I need to ask something even more important. Yes. I need to ask you about Lord Gorm. He takes a few steps forward. He's just an old man. Despite that, you see, he's also strong as hells. Gorm. His eyes focus on the ground where he stood. A man of principle, of right mind and whole heart. I loved him like a son. His face contorts in a deep frown. It broke my heart when I saw him descend in such ways. Yeah, Lord Gorm definitely took a route I don't think you'd approve of. You saw his plan? Not at first, but it did not take long for me to figure it out. I cannot say where his mind was, but I know his heart was placed exactly where I had taught him. Selflessly, he would give himself to any cause. Unfortunately, he proved my teachings terribly wrong. His pain. Earth did not possess the ability to interact with Gorm in any way. Why couldn't you speak with him?
He could not see nor hear me. I could not stop his channel magic to my clerics and my paladin, no matter what. I cannot even destroy myself. For whatever reason, my soul here is muffled. I cannot communicate with him or anyone else on the material plane. He's telling the truth. His truth. This guy has a legacy to uphold. Careful who you what you trust. He was going to kill 27 people. Yes, he was. It is important to remember one simple fact. Nothing he did was evil. Everything he did for an ideal of good, just like I taught him. He turns around and gestures towards the stairs. You cannot see his tears. Look how it ended. His bones hitting pavement so furiously. He's crying. He is a regret.
Yeah, imagine if it's, you find out that everything you've taught someone was wrong. That's rough, regardless of what you taught.
I thought I knew everything at one point, as if I had somehow unlocked the truth of life itself. It was so simple. Your God turns back to you, his eyes tinged. Your God turns back to you, his eyes tinged with red. Goodness alone will bring the world to evil. The words of an arcanist, I believe. But Holmes spoke the truth.
About what?
He wipes tears from his cheeks. My legacy. Norwich is under siege. There's a conspiracy of free striders. The magistrates are bought, the escorts are undermined. The Golden Horde seeks to occupy the clan lands within a decade or two. The Mendes cabal funnels riches to rebels in our lands. And my will, the plan I created to keep peace and the transition into a democratic government, was suppressed. A democratic government picked by him.
It's all true.
All of it? Your God gathers himself. It was all a calculated risk on my part. What do you mean? I knew this would happen, Hagen. Or rather, I saw the odds in the strings. It was high, he says with a clenched fist. Something like a 4 in 5. The problem, the odds changed while I was dying. That does not happen very often. An esoteric event, most likely. Suddenly I saw a very probable outcome, this web of conspiracy. The old man shakes his head and looks very, very tired. The magistrates hiding my succession acted like as the initial spark. Rest is your history. Jesus. What kind of esoteric event? I do not know. It might not matter. Perhaps there was a divine intervention, perhaps some remnant spirit, or prophecy. Something changed the odds of my choice. Sadly, I am not one dealing with the consequences. Why didn't you push for democracy earlier? The odds were against me. Forcing democracy at any real earlier point had a very low success rate. Most outcomes would simply end up in an oligarchy. Freestriderism was growing in the east, and it would have sunk its claws into Norwich. The counterbalance to organized money is organized people. I was hoping to set you all on that path. The populace was not ready, despite my efforts at decentralizing and pushing for pseudo-democratic guilds. The best chance was for democracy after my death, as my final will, until it wasn't. Did they actually target the Lord Patriarch? Yes, a Turumian wizard was equipped with an Arcanist spell scroll. Turumian, a term for non-divine inhabitant of the Divinatorum. A very expensive endeavor. For Arkasam, he did not deserve such a fate. What else do you know? I could not see who or why the magistrates keep whatever they plan under the... I could not see who or why the magistrates keep whatever they plan under the tight supervision. They all stuff led into their walls. Their homes are impenetrable for me or any other squire. Well, let's just hope they die from lead poisoning then. Gorm's perspective is, however, most likely correct. They target Arkasam to maintain their hold on power, to avoid the transference demanded by Will. He had just prior to the attack been very adamant about enacting it properly. Would it have worked?
Gorm's spell? I do not know. I do not believe he knew either. How do you see risk so clearly? I did not share that secret often during my days. Lord Gorm was one of the few I confided in with my struggles. A struggle? The one placed and upon all gods, he says while making air quotes. We can see the outcomes of strings. Not always, not clearly. Sometimes like a play in the mind. Sometimes assured of visions, but always there are odds. A choice, a chance, a risk. When I worked in my father's shop, I would work on a shoe, and see exactly how 9 times out of 10 I would ruin the leather. And I grew better. By skill improving, the odds would change. Soon I'd pick up a booth, then see 2 in 5, then 1 in 4, then 1 in 10. Sometimes I'd fail, but seldom. Over time, that simply turned into an ever greater vision, along with great power. You can see the future. Potential futures. Along with the difficulty involved with reaching them. It's not divine providence, it's just probabilities. That's why you left your homeland. Yes. Technically, I can kind of see that too. I can see the DCs for different choices I'd make. And that's odds. Yes. When I took my people to sea, we had a 50-50 chance of survival. As Ascani, those odds went up. Every step of the way, I made decisions aimed at increasing those odds for you. Everyone around the coast? That would be nice, wouldn't it? I realized with such power I could protect and serve more and more people. Yet, at a certain point, he takes a moment. Where does my tribe begin? Who do I define as the other? I had to choose. Why must there be another? My choice was the Earthfolk and the exiled dwarves, a united creed bound by this great city within. The old man looks to a tear. Her blank expression does not change, yet her eyes no longer spin. They just focus on Earth. I focus on increasing the odds for that creed, to assure the security of Norwich and its ideals, no matter what. No matter what, ha! No matter what. For almost a century, that absolutism has been a source of immense life and pain. Absolutism? No. Fascism. Fascism, you mean? Maybe. He says, exasperated. Maybe. Just like Gorm. That comparison pains me, but I cannot deny it. It pains you? Stell takes a step forward. At least you had a choice. The old man keeps his eyes on the goblin and places his hand behind his back. Not with anger or sadness. Earth wants to hear him out. You're responsible for the genocide of my people. Yes. Look at Snell, then look at Earth. Yes? Just yes? The god says nothing for a few seconds, then nods. Every horrible thing you have heard, I did. He looks around the void. He clenches his jaw and clicks his tongue a few times. Then he holds up a finger. I have one question. I've thought about it for a while now. My whole life, really. I need to ask it. I want to hear it. The goblin hesitates, then starts. Why didn't you just kill us all? These words leave a silence across the water. What a question. The old man furrows his brow. No, really, why leave us in this half-life? Because, what, this? He says as he pulls at his jacket. This? He slams his fist into his chest. We're not human! We're not dwarves! We're not goblins! You take away our language, traditions, our stories! You put us into these holes, expecting us to form into something suitable! Well, what is that? What do you want? Holy shit! Stand before that and yell like that. You really like this guy. You can see every outcome. Or whatever. Why the fuck did you pick this one? His words are dripping with sarcasm and anger. Wait for Earth's reply. Earth allows the goblin to end his speech, listening to his panting echo across the eternal waters. Then, without lowering his head or averting his gaze, he says, I was going to. I told myself, every goblin on those red hills needed to die for the safety of man. That folkmord was necessary. That without clearing these lands entirely of these hostile natives, there would be nothing but
A micro-expression. Brief. He bites down on the word. Nothing but perpetual war. After establishing Norwich, when the trolls were scattered and the coast was ours, if I had left our people alone, I saw a guaranteed future filled with inevitable clashes between goblins and humans. Those clashes would lead to more animosity, more hatred, generation after generation seeking bloody vengeance against an entire people. It was one of my clearest visions. Radical fanaticism, goblin armies funded by hordes of elven treasure, years of warfare in Verdun, trenches for miles and miles, trenches, then more factions joining in over time. It would risk another coast war, simply due to the fact that humans were never meant to live here, were never meant to take these lands, yet we did. I did. I made the choice, because every other meant death of my people. In exchange, I doomed yours. Snell stares at him stone-faced. Okay, so we are fundamentally incompatible, and you took our ancestral homeland. Great. He rubs his eyes and takes a step away. He's trying to calm himself. We'll get a question in the meantime. I think it's proven that we are perfectly capable of living and working together. Yes, and I did see the potential. One, goblins had similar warrior cultures to us Vikings. They had a collective mindset not too unlike dwarves, a clan structure similar to halflings. Vikings, the old the folk of Dimenor, who lived scattered along the western shores. Those few who survived the creation of the cursed land followed Earth to form the city of Norwich. But the path of unity was not in any way realistic, neither was meeting in the middle, at least if my visions were to be believed. Incompatible, huh? There were many extreme differences between human and goblin cultures. Religious practices, views and governance, some based on biological realities, some environmental necessities. My visions did not show a path to reconciliation between them. That was a terrible choice. I would talk to you about my perspective for 100 years, and you would still be correct in your assessment. It was terrible. Snell turns back around, glaring at your god. Why am I alive? Why did you spare those 3 tribes, Earth? Yes, he murmurs. The answer to that is simple. I gambled. Your god looks up at the stars. The Battle of Morgrib. Western Verdun on the 6th year of the campaign. A leader of the Krekthon is brought to me before me in chains. He demands a duel to the death. His name is Kran. To restore his strength for a fair fight, I invited him to eat with me. This goblin speaks Dwarven, Dimenorian, and even some Elvish. Over dinner he explains exactly to me how they were superior in every way, and the only reason he won was due to our luck. We had a god. Theirs died long ago. So the gambler would have been fun to see these two clash. Hold on. Togek the Gambler, a trickster goblin who united the tribes of Ascari during the Divine Era. Most famous for cutting off his right hand to fulfill a prophecy. What, is that fucking Tyr? I agreed with him. Then we discussed my options. Grant told me I was wise for killing them all. If I did not, he said they would eventually re-emerge and destroy mankind. Once I had faded like Tolkien did, that each of his sons dreamt of spilling human blood. Snell's eyes narrow as Earth speaks. So I asked him, what of his daughters? Did they dream of war and slaughter, revenge? Grant told me, no. Then he laughed at me, told me no, and then he laughed at me, and wondered aloud what a boring and peaceful life that would be. I spent the night explaining my visions to him. He in return told me stories about Togek the Gambler. For hours, we talked, exchanging ideas, and I provided proved well and enough how I knew it all. As the sun rose, I saw in that conversation something magical. The odds had changed. Not by much, not so slightly that it changed my belief, but enough for me to make another choice, a gamble. A gamble on a path where humans and goblins could live together in peace. Looked at Snell. His eyes are on the ground. We signed a treaty the next day. The forced simulation of the tree's drive was carried out, and served me well for 12 years overseeing the migration of Norwich. It was only this was the only plan of action I could see with a success rate above 50-50. Success? Yes. He scowls. A successful genocide, yeah. That's, what's your definition of success here? The same as always. At the least amount of death over time, as far as I could see. But not for my people alone. Not this time. For both the people. He lets out a conflicted groan. Well, you shouldn't have come here in the first place then. Perhaps so. His eyes speak of sorrow. He's holding back. He knows well he could argue around this topic for hours. Jesus. Man, this is a... I thought this was going to be a final episode, but I assume there's going to be some epilogue shit after this. I don't know if this is going to all fit into one thing. We'll have to see. But he's not interested in winning. Earth wants to listen, nothing else. There was no other path in your visions. No, there were many. All of them ending in near guaranteed destruction of my people. You ask me what you are, Snell. Let me tell you that. He walks forward towards your goblin companion. You are something entirely new. Goblin's expression goes from angry to despondent as he stares at the dead god's approach. You can never be a goblin. You can never be a human. You're in this mess because of me and my evil actions. The old man throws up his hands into the air, reaching for the stars. So hate me, curse me, then go to the leader of your people. He lowers his, Then go be a leader for your people. He lowers his arms and gives him a determined frown. They need you now, for the new era and beyond. Make something that hasn't been seen before, something new, something better. Apprehensive and confused, the goblin turns away. I don't exactly have a choice here. There's always a choice, Earth says while locking eyes with you. Some paths are just riskier than others. The goblin kicks his tongue. He glances at the god and mutters, something new. You hear the anger and fear in his voice. He's going for it. Is that a good thing? Listening to this genocider? Well, Tokik would like to tell you to make sure to take the gamble. If you ever meet him, be sure to ask. The old god laughs. Damn, is Snell gonna take the dragon of place of the goblin chiefess? It would be cool if he did. Though I do like to show a goblin chiefess as well. The goblin looks on with a complicated expression on his face. Conflict dancing on in the shadows of his mind, raging confusion. I think about it, Earth. Oh, he's good. From folk mode to father figure, it's just in just a few words. Incredible. A difficult exchange. Turn back to Snell. I'm not gonna ask questions here. You really? He stops himself from speaking at first, and then says, "You really fucked up at the simulation." I know. If there's one thing I will apologize for, it is that. I am sorry. I was always terrible at statecraft. Snell shows the same face he's shown you so many times since you met him in that underground garden. To be ruled by evil or incompetence. Sometimes a mixture of both, I'm afraid. I'd say you did pretty well. Things you can always do better. Agreed. Not me though, since I'm dead. But you? We will see what strings you two will walk on. But if it's of any comfort around this incompetent governance, I can assure you, Snell, he gives a gobbling amigo glance. Lady Sageleaf is the one who truly changed the odds. Snell meets his eyes. Hope. I never expected it from someone like her. Alas, there are many things I did not see coming. If anything, your instincts are clearly a dowsing rod of their own. Now, he looks up at the floating angel. Behind her, a sea of stars. Etia.
Earth. She grips her sword as if ready to pull it at any moment, her eyes spinning faster. Her voice cuts off, leaving silence in the void.
Is she flustered? I cannot find the words. I do not want your service, Etia. I've told you this before.
His voice is soft and full of heartbreak.
Killing with kindness. And oath will not bind you to the earth. Nothing can. Nothing.
She lifts her chin, her arms in a salutation. As if striking a pose in the air, just for the sake of confidence. You have done so much for Ben, for me, but there is something far more. I am lost. The intense telepathetic words echo in your minds. His earth almost dropped, his head held high beneath the floating porcelain spectre before him. I am lost upon this world. No honorable power, no avatar of goodness, no greatness of the choir. These remnants are children, playing at running the coast, no different than Arcanists, humans and celestials alike. Even ancients have gone mad and faded. And you showed me there was a better way, you fool. Your god shows nothing but empathy on his expression, as he spits the insult into his mind. You absolute buffoon, you krushy smirtelniku. Hey, don't call him that, I don't know what that means. He smiles.
I deserve that, I'll admit it. I did not expect the fate so soon, I should have prepared more. But don't think for a second I haven't seen you. You dive into Earth God work to fill the void in your heart. A deep sadness falls upon his face. My dear girl.
He called her a girl? She's 1,000 years older than him.
A term of endearment.
Look at the angel. Look to angel companion, then back to your god. He holds out his hand. You need to get involved in politics. Kurva. You catch a glimpse of Snell, his expression sharing exactly your own disorientation and watching these two beings bicker.
This nihilism, it's not what you need. You are an era-spanning warrior, a lady of Norwick, an angel beyond the grasp of the Horde. I am truly sorry my pride and ego got the better of me, so that I did not accept my mortality until way too late. If I had, I would have told you this before I passed. Make a choice. His voice carried across the eternal flats. Anything but this limbo, I beg of you.
The angel floats closer, her eyes glaring at him.
There is no good choice. Endless hesitation is the worst choice of them all, Atia. And you've selected it for years. Every morning, every night.
She lands upon the ground, her feet hitting esoteric ground.
Sometimes all presented choices are bad. In those cases, you might as well pick the most ambitious road. Aim at the highest mountain and see where it takes you.
Her many eyes slow down to a crawl, focusing on the god.
Am I wrong, Atia?
With Atia now standing, you see the two of them are nearly equal height. I'm wondering what Atia would consider the road of most ambition here. I hope she kills the coin lord, I guess.
No, Earth.
He lets out a sigh.
You are, in your simple way, correct once again. I aim to end my contract with the city, and Darrow post-election.
Good. He takes a deep breath, and taps her on her shoulder plate.
I know how stupid it is for a youngling like myself to say this, but I am proud of you, Atia. And I am sorry for my weakness.
No, Earth. And then places a hand on his shoulder as well.
Your weakness is what made you special. I am happy to see it one last time.
You know... Okay? One last time, Atia lifts from the ground once more.
He knows all too well how these things go.
Earth looks upon your eyes with... upon you with eyes that remind you of your father.
Aged wisdom soaked in blood. I would like to have a few more words with you, Dragon, before you return.
He steps forward until you realize your god is near towering over you. Look up.
I'm Afraid we will never speak again, my son. Why? I made this happen, with the last of the strength I had left. This conversation, Ragan, he says, and places a warm hand upon your shoulder. Only time you will ever feel his warmth. The last time anyone will. It was worth everything. Look at Snell, then back to him. Snell looks around, his arms crossed, still conflicted, with a now determined expression on his face. Look to Atir and nod. Thank you for allowing me to join you, cleric. Her voice echoes in your mind. You have done well. Look at Earth. I'm just a cleric. Yes. And you've certainly been mingling with the primal forces a lot. If you want to be a druid, you certainly have my blessing. The god chuckles at you. Bow your head. And the flame tongue. Keep it. It served me well for many years. Gorm would have wanted you to have it. Despite everything, he was a good man. A good man. The words cause you unease. Goodness itself lies in the heart of all folk. It is not built under the whims of a cleric, no matter what their intent. The world will burn by the intentions of good men. The god listens to the words with care. Is that from a book? I'm sure I saw it from somewhere. He lets out a short laugh. Well, I can assure you that evil men do a fair bit of burning as well. But in the end, maybe we should aim for a world with less tinder and oil. He takes his hand off your shoulder and takes a deep breath. You can see it. He's doing a polite minor gesture that indicates the chat is coming to a close. He's about to send you home. Ask, this is your chance. One last time. Can you see my future? No. It might be written somewhere, but I cannot see. Coming era is yours. He looks at Snell, then to a tear. I believe in you all. I believe in you all. I am your servant. He's not perfect, but yeah. Nodding along with your words, he murmurs, I hope I deserve your devotion. He definitely did complete shit things and was evil Amazon bots, but, you know, he definitely regrets it. He scratches his beard. Oh, sorry. Nodding along with your words, he murmurs, I hope I deserve your devotion. He scratches his beard. I will tell you one thing, though. Do you remember your prayer, Ragan? The one you always repeated to me at the end of the hard day. You remember every prayer? Not from all. It's mostly noise, as you can imagine. Must be inane. So many desperate voices. Yours, however, it was such a simple prayer that stuck with me. Earth holds up a finger. One thing you asked of me all throughout your life. It never changed, not once. Oh no, yeah, the prayer was embarrassing. No wonder you stopped doing it. Your goblin companion follows the conversation intently, yet he says nothing. Right, and that. Feel embarrassed. He smiles. I do not promise things lightly, but I can promise you this, my son. There is a string to follow, one where your prayer is answered. I swear to you. Your father is proud of you for the man you have become, for the man you will. My lord. Earth leans in and says softly, "You're not alone." Then he takes a step back, his eyes shimmering in a faint glow. He looks down in the water. It is time. The election has begun. What, right now? Right now. A funny timing, isn't it? Wait, now is it now? It's already... Shit, I've got so much work to do. The god holds up a hand. No worries, Snell. I believe Miska has covered it all. She will be glad to see you back there alive. Trust me. Oh, yeah, good. He is flustered. Oh boy, your ombre is floundering. Darrow looks quite mad, however. He says to Atia. Good. I'm looking forward to it. Of course you are. What will happen to you? Oh, I'll get a good rest. That's most of what I've done. Yeah, for the 27 years I'd wager the rest of my strange existence here will be just the same. The god shrugs. But then again, who knows? Which is luck. Fortune follows the meek.
That is the man who carries a sword. That is the man who carries a sword, but knows when to keep it sheathed. Is safe yet? No, darn, master, please go home. Stop talking to old bald man. Stares at the mouth on your scarf. You really picked up all kinds of friends, didn't you? He touches his scalp with a laugh caught in his throat. Old bald man. How do we get home? Same tunnel you get your spells from. I'll just make it wider for you. We are ready. Your court holds out a hand. From it, a white drop falls. It hits the esoteric water below. Whoa! Goodbye, Knut. There is one more thing you need to ask. My lord, before we go! Yes, my son? His voice echoes through the blinding light. Why should I vote in the election? You catch him by surprise with such a question. Through his through the light, you see a smile appear upon his face. He laughs. Your god lets out a loud and boisterous laugh amongst the radiant power of his divinity. The Asgolist! They won't win, but every vote will help for the future. I wonder if Asgolist is the one he supports no matter what, or if it's the one you actually end up supporting yourself. That will... that he claims is the right thing. Gone. Damn, there's a lot of around. The city roars around you. Blocking the streets, hundreds seek their designated polling places. And you lie on the central street of Tolstad, having successfully made it to the election day. Gasp for air. And over you, shit. The first thing you see is Snell getting up from the pavement beside you. He looks pale and queasy. Why did you tell me this bottling business would come with nausea? How would I know? Now you're a big esoteric expert, aren't you? I have never in my life teleported and or gone through the realm of dividing fissure before. Quite the intense experience. That's underselling it. God, feel like my insides are whirling. Do not fight. We've had enough of that for now. Looking to you, your other side, a tear rises from the ground once more. She looks undisturbed by the plane shifting. I should also mention, I am glad both of you are alive. Glad you are alive, both of you. Thanks, Atir. Feels sick on the ground like a worm with a fever. Yeah, the goblin says, raising a hand. Thank you from me as well. Atir's many eyes look around. It appears we have not been too conspicuous in our arrival. We must have appeared without fanfare. Good. A bit anticlimactic, but convenient. Good way to describe it. She assents and tells you both. Garu is waiting. Come speak to me when the time comes. The angel floats away, up the hill. Things feel less tense with her gone. Snell stretches a bit, then takes a glance around the crowds. Old man was right. The elections just started. So we lost, 8+ hours? Something like that, maybe less. And we were in the void for about an hour, give or take. Esoteric travel is highly unstable. We're lucky it didn't drop us in Gargamish. Keep your helm pressed against the ground as you speak. Lucky us, he mutters and looks like he's about to drop as well. I wonder what would happen if we stayed together for longer, like a month. Would we come back years later? Who knows now? It doesn't matter anyhow. We're back and safe now. Safe now, I hope. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe. The goblin takes in the side of the election day. He breathes the air, his shoulders drop. Everything is fine, nothing wrong is wrong anymore. You live to see another life. A relieved smile on his face. Get off from the ground. Finish the quest updated. Right, game plan. It's not too late in the day, so there's no rush in voting. They won't close the polls until it's 9 o'clock. First of all, we need to report this latest age leaf. Then I am assuming you'll need to have a chat with Darrow too. Where is latest age leaf? In the garden most likely, though if your ears don't deceive me. Nearly playing something on the field. Nearly's playing something on the field, we should go look. You should report to her first of all, in my humble opinion. Don't want to keep her waiting. Well, yeah, I need to talk to Darrow. Where do you think he is? No clue. Probably out somewhere. Who else should I talk to? That's up to you, cleric. And there's no stress. Once you got the important stuff out of the way, you've got all day. It's only 10:20-ish. Should I tell people that I met Earth? He shrugs. Honestly, I don't think anyone would believe you. But at the very least, not take you too seriously. But you do you. Okay, let's go. Alright, let's go give our goodbyes to the people. Grab the hammer for a green ghost. Askalism forever. The dwarven foreman crosses his arms. When you approach, lifting his eyes to meet your gaze. Mr. Cityman! I was glad to inform you, the Askalism movement is going splendidly. And you... he says with a grin, slapping you on the arm a bit. You helped quite a bit. Slap him back. I'm just doing my duty for the cause. The dwarf grins at you while nodding 3 times. Happy to have you on our side, cleric. Any case, we got our duty for the fulfill. Here in the last moments before a new, hopefully green dawn. Make sure to put down your vote in a wise way. For the future of our city. For the future of our city. Perform a salute. For Norwick! All the dwarves chant in unison. For Norwick. Enjoy yourself, Romulus. You'll get scraps later.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Romulus! It's cleric of Norwick. Come bless us once again. Aren't you a darn lucky charm of a human, eh? He slaps you on the arm in terms. I actually met with one of those ancient snail people. What? Yeah, he should be around here somewhere. A fellow called Iskurum. Gord Green? An actual snail folk? Alive and all? Last time I checked. Appearing out of a puff of tiny esoteric sparks, yeah, he's right behind me, isn't he? It suddenly stands beside you. Hello! Oh! I heard my name. That is, sire. The dwarf stares at the snail with a grin. In return, Isk just nods. Yes, absolutely. No need to worry. I've been in stasis for millennia. I'd say that loses me the mineral rights. The snail lets out a blubbering laugh. And I see the Whitesmane must have found something sinister in our halls. Which isn't surprising, really. My kin were quite a mad bunch towards the end. What? He's gesturing your head. The dwarf says blankly, then gets it. Ah, you're reading my mind! Yes, sorry, is that intrusive? I can't help it, you see. No, very efficient, I like it. And then, do you know where it is? Not to a degree that would make you happy, but perhaps a degree that would be helpful. You see, my good dwarf, I too seek certain artifacts that can be found in Tulamon. So perhaps we could collaborate. Yes! Binunderlik! The dwarf reaches out to shake the snail's hand, shaking. Reaches out and grabs the snail hand, shaking it. We'll make a good team, Isk. Good, and be in touch. Oh. YOLO! The dwarf turns back to you, his eyes beaming. Literally. Can't believe this is happening. Years of toil and now everything happens at once. Thank you, cleric. He shakes your hand as well, leaving some snail mucus on your glove. I'll be sure to let you know how it goes. And if you're interested in some freelancing, I'll be sure to reach out as well. The dwarf laughs maniacally. The rest monster follows suit. Then he leans in and with a sudden serious expression. You're voting green, aren't you? Of course. Ha! Going right. He laughs and slaps you on the arm again. Romulus makes a screeching noise on his shoulder. Be seeing ya. Okay? Bye. I need to take a little break. And I'm back. Alright. Who do we want to talk to next? Is there anyone? No, nobody in this direction. I guess we should go see Sage Leaf and talk to her. Oh, cool, these guys are here. Hello? Miss Nearly. Nearly sits on the grass playing a tune carried along on the wind. She's not so deeply into her performance she does not notice your approach. She's good. She plucks her strings, but they are connected to the esoteric music machine. You don't understand how it works, perhaps she does not either. Esoteric music, how wonderful. The golden bard keeps playing the HWBT goblins. Look at the audience. They are all spellbound by her melody. Most the goblins of the halfway bridge tribe. Enjoying a fine day outside. Let her play, cleric. Yeah, just let her play. What's up, kid? Drummer. Near our lady's apartment, you hear that familiar rhythmic thumping noise. Cleric? Is that? Oh, cleric. Is that my voice? Sorry, it was the first thing I had. Right, well, don't, please, that's creepy as hells. Creepy as all hells. Good you stuck around. No choice. Bird stops his claw from tealing. I groveled and begged for mercy. Now I'm all kinds of stuck with this shit. The bird strikes a dramatic pose. He appears well. Is this his true personality? He was way more kissy last time. Sorry about taking your papers, but look at it from the bright side. Now you can pay off your debt and clear your conscience. Conscience? He copies your voice. Conscience, conscience, conscience. Conscience is human bullshit. Never trust a mimic bird. Well, you certainly make a great case for yourself. The bird lets out an angry grunt, sounding like some type of thick dwarven fellow. I'm gonna be here for a long time, so get used to it. Student fingers and then leave. And who are you? Dwarf ignores you and whisper the goblins. The storm calls for us. What the fuck do you mean? Hello. Hello, Nesvikla, Unesan. You see the elf conversing with the giant central tree of Torstad, her words clearly articulated. Oh my lord, do not fret, they do not wish you any harm. They are voting, it's called democracy. She is speaking quite clearly. The elf is on the leaves on the tree rustle and the elf chuckles. So yes, it is quite silly, isn't it? Oh, cleric! I'm just having a chat here with Lord Boo. Hello, Nesson. Hello, Lord Boo. Tree once again. These rustle again and the elf translates. He says hello. A branch sways in the wind. In a minute now, we have the people light first. The cleric is a great hero of this city. What did he say? Nothing, cleric. She chuckles creepily. I've been meaning to see how it went for you, actually, with your little trip. Glance up at Joe's pillar. Yes, that trip. Lord Pooh here saw it all. He sees most things around here, in fact. Hey, he's interested too, aren't you, Minopuni? By tree? It was hard, but the evil was defeated. Snell listens to your description intently. Interesting. Communication with the primal strings and our little Vattar makes it clear the disturbance of the tea-shop has been calmed as well. You should feel proud, cleric. That is an accomplishment. Thank you, Nesson. You're welcome. Maybe we should leave these two lovebirds to their action. Your companion mutters behind you. He stands quite a bit away as usual. Yes, perhaps we should. Although the first thing I should speak with you about, first I should speak with you about a certain topic. Druidism, cleric. A political movement, druidism, a political movement pushed mainly by groves of collective druids across the coast. They have many dimensional ideas, but primarily they focus on reverence for nature, primal spirits, and focus on cultivating honorable relationship with the physical landscape and all its inhabitants. Druidism, like agriculturalism, but more liberal. That is the true path to walk. Sounds like my kind of ism. It has no real foothold in Norvik, but we have a monthly meetup in various parks around the city. If you wish to partake in the next one, you have my official invitation. Me, a druid? Yes. I would love to join. Nature is awesome. Wonderful. I'll be sure to get they get enough fika for all of us. Fika? A dwarven term for tea and cookies, or something else sweet. Usually used to take breaks during work, the dismay of employers everywhere. Yes! We usually discuss primal incidents, how to keep our parks and below areas safe from expansion and so on. I'm sure they would be interested in hearing about the tea shop. Some people expressed concern over if it was primal or elemental related. I'll be glad to see you there, Cleric. I hope you two enjoy this election day. You've earned it. She smiles. Please smile. Snell clears his throat and looks offward. And the goading Cleric. He's standing quite a bit away from Nessun. I've been meaning to ask Snell, well, why are you scared of mushrooms? Where does it come from? Not scared. It's an irrational aversion. Nessun chuckles a deep chuckle. You can probably dig a bit here. You know, let's convince him to tell you. Tell me. Not 20! Just push for it. He'll pray. Come on. You can tell me after everything we've been through. The goblin rubs his eyes. Fine. Okay. He turns to face Nessun. It's not because of you, first of all. Even if I'm sure you would gladly take all the credit. Of course. She smiles creepily, her eyes half glazed over. It's a bit of a cliche, but I fell into a mushroom patch as a kid during the gardening expansion. The spores got in my mouth and my eyes. It was awful. The weeds get the icky feeling to disappear. He shudders. So excuse me if I'm a bit standoffish, okay? Stackers, Snell. Stackers, dwarven term translating into something like poor little one or woe be under thee. Wow. That's funny and it's almost sad. I'm sorry that happened to you, Stackers Snell. He groans. Don't call me that. I heard the halfways had a trouble early on in the expansion process. Lots of little incidents like that. But I can promise you, mushrooms are not so bad as they seem. If they handled properly and not used to trap little goblin children, they are quite lovely fungi. Sure, I get that. But I'm still going to stand back if that's okay. Of course, Snell. Just let me know if you change your mind later. I'm always available for a hug. Right. He looks extremely uncomfortable. Nice. Stackers, Snell. Tell Lord Pooh thank you for the cachet. Some good stuff in there. The tree rustles. He understands you and he tells you. You interpret the trees telling you this ugly flesh pile does not deserve my treasures. Oh, you can't say that. She slaps the trunk. That she does. Wait, sorry. I almost missed that. She slaps the trunk. You're damn right he does. I apologize on his behalf. Flesh pile. She smiles at you. You're good at reading the tree. She leans down and whispers to you. I'll calm you down. Sorry about this. Sure, yeah. Change this option. Good. I'll leave you to it. Brew waves his staff around the grass, causing a little flower to sprout. When he notices you, he tips his cap. Snell makes sure to give a healthy distance from this conversation. Cleric! Nice to see you up here. Yes, it's been a very long time. And not nearly, no, sorry. Sorry. His first words were, sup? Sorry. And not nearly as bad, not nearly as bad as I remembered. Potentially it's simply because the weather is quite good this day. But we will see. I probably won't stay too long. You're checking out the election? I am. It is very interesting. Reminds me a lot of the high-minded people I've interacted with with over the years. For the people to sway the cause of the colony, it seems like wisdom, though it could backfire depending on the general level of intelligence and individual wisdom of the people. You must believe in the people. They get what they deserve. Liberty for all. I believe in us as a collective. Belief is good, I think. He nods. I'm interested to talk about this. Lots of people here seem to know about democracy. Thank you for sharing. Hope to see you around. Yes, well, Eric. You appear to be a good person among your people. I wish you and your followers well. He speaks as if he were God yourself. That's not possible, ever. Whoa, careful. Don't want to get one of those egos. You speak normal now, not brr. Ness casts tongues on me. Very kind of her. Allows me to interact with the people up here. Right. Good on you. Ah, Sage Leaf. Hey there. You approach the Goblin Chieftain sitting on the grassy field by herself. You notice several eyes fall upon you from the bodyguard stationed across the area. They're ready to attack you at a glance. He's enjoying the sun. Careful now. Be polite. I'm back.
Yes, I can see that.
She squints at you before closing her eyes again.
Snell?
Yes, my lady.
Report. How did it go?
The necklace of fireballs was used accidentally in the tea shop. It was meant to go underneath the temple on the election day. Right about now, in fact. She leans forward in her seat and glares at her servant. Lord Gorm in the Beyond wished to use those deaths to bring back his god from the dead. She stares at him. You know, Earth. I got that part. Yeah, so, Lord Gorm was dealt with and he is confirmed dead. I can confirm that. She glances at you, then back to Snell. I see. So, the threat was neutralized, there should be no ongoing repercussions. The dragon clicks her tongue. I want more details, but good. Well done. She turns around, turns to you with a slight smile. You as well, cleric. The service you've performed here is more than I ever expected. Backhanded compliment. Love it. Right, that should be it. Then there was that chat with Earth. Right. Lady Sage then looks at you, looks away twice before raising her eyebrows to the sky. Classic double take. Excuse me, did you say Earth? Yeah, you handle that one. Yeah, I'll handle this one. Yes, Earth lives in space, in the space between. He's dead, but the spirit acts as a channel for magic. He's just there. Yeah, or rather, he used his last strength to reach out at this time. We had a nice conversation, a good talk. He points a finger towards Snell. I want a full report of this later. Of course, Lady Sageleaf. Then the Goblin Chieftain grumbles to herself. Esoteric bullshit. Agreed. Cool, esoteric bullshit. Whatever. She groans. It's good to have you back. I'm very glad that you did not get stuck out there in the void. And you, Snell, I am very happy you made it out alive. You're my best rider after all. My lady. He bows. Nerd. He loves her. Ask Lady Sageleaf meekly. So what happened to Mr. Drummer? Oh, that bird is sticking around. We made a little deal. After you got me his papers, his debt will be paid off. Then he's free to go whenever he wants. Both of you did a wonderful job on this hat. I'm glad the whole mess got fixed. I felt bad for him. Don't. Drama is a miscreant that's set on taking shortcuts at every step. A terrible pun, a horrible opponent, and an even worse friend. He shakes her head. I'll be glad to be rid of him once he pays what he owes me. Now scram. Bow your head and leave. Okay. Cool. I only interacted with you once. My throat is starting to hurt enough for me to not care to talk to you. What the fuck is that? A free drink sponsored by the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. Ah, fuck that. I'll talk to you, but not your minions. Hello, cleric. Hey, are you voting? I have already done so, yes. I am an early bird. Same. Yes, I may have noticed that. He then squints his eyes into the sun. I will schedule a meeting with you, cleric, about your trip to the beyond. Oh, the information is highly valuable. Thank you for helping me out. You're welcome. Of course, I'll come by the Village House later and explain. Wonderful. I must also thank you for completing this quest of yours. No problem. He slowly raises his hand before him, forming it into a thumbs up. Well done, cleric. You've been an exemplary government employee. I will see you soon. Yeah, see you soon. Sure. Oh, you're the Lady Cara, Mountain Lamb. Cleric. The hooded woman stands at the corner of the city, with faded eyes following your moves closely. I am here but for a quick task, to deliver a message to you. Go ahead. She sneers, placing her hands behind her back. Then her eyes glow a bit, her voice goes deep. Any life in her face fades into a neutral, calm, emotionless expression, emotionless existence. Then she speaks, almost sings, unnatural words. Ragan Hemlin. Speaking was a momentous meeting. Despite my previous experience, it appears humans do not all carry forms of crudeness. We hope to find exceptional people within the Freestrider community, and you fit the description aptly. We will be in touch if you ever wish to serve a greater cause in the West. Hugs and kisses. The light in her eyes, the light in her eyes fades as she scowls at you. Hugs and kisses. The ambassador enjoys the phrase. He does not mean it in a needlessly friendly manner. Right. Well, yeah. Right. She bows her head. The ambassador will know you received the message. On a personal note, I suggest you staying away from the service, cleric. You don't deserve to see the light of the court. After making a rude comment, the Western woman walks away in a decisive manner. Right, cool. Alright, what's up, you two? Good to see you. Let's engage with the hag. The haggling cackle is like good hag shit. Rick's there. You see Rick's standing outside the tavern, the stone table before her covered in papers. Oh my, why, it isn't the cleric. Hello, Rix? She stretches a bit with a sigh. My goodness, such a lovely day. And here I am, busy as can be. You need help with anything? Or maybe you want to share how your little quest was, went about. Got any plans after the election, Rickspitter? Oh, nothing. I can talk about too concretely. Not yet, anyhow. I've got a few expansions planned, but the third place business is covered in housing and the palace, but North Wall is quite ripe at the moment. So I'm thinking of taking on something new. I've got a few potential locations scouted. North Wall? I live there. Oh, lovely. Don't tell anyone you heard it from me, but there are plans of a new living complex on the upper floor, dungeon floors. That means there will be lots of foot traffic. That means a lot of thirsty people. Anyhow, it's all just ideas and concepts for now. Depends on who wins the election. Hopefully Freestriders, that should make my plans easier. No. What about you, Lisa? Any plans for the future? I've only just started to think about it, but... Rick Spitter gives her a friendly grin. It's quite the idea. The gag cackles. A nervous cackle. There is an Omega Coven in Nordic. That will change it with the election. Potion brewing focused on scanning resources. That would be a big business. There are many hags attempting to form something. Lots of intrigue going on behind the scenes. Now, I believe Elisa would make an excellent CEO. She's terribly skilled. She's got Freestrider contacts. Her CV is about twice as long as my life story. I'd have to actually join the coven to do that. Rick Spitter blows out air and waves her comment off. Just make one. Going the communal socialist route of sharing and caring will only result in infighting and power struggles. We can totally get you some funding. The Haglets will come dropping in like vultures afterwards. We'll have a mega coven in no time. Liz the optimist. Take it till you make it. She winks at you. A potential mega coven should be run communally, not commercially. See? The cleric is a traditionalist. Rick Spitter smiles. If you can find 16 hags with an unified purpose and ideology able to get along without petty backstabbing, then I say go for it. Else, if you find any group of women able to do that, then I'd fund their startup with a heartbeat. Not this again.
I swear, the only thing holding women back is women themselves. Shut the fuck up. If we didn't fight each other so much, we'd already be living in a matriarchy. Anyhow, I'll stop ranting now. Lisa's already heard this so many times. I have. She has. I've heard it too. He has. Alright, that's it. Yeah, let's go talk to the Sphinx. Let's give the Sphinx the update. Big party outside. Lots of people, yeah. She takes a swig of the wine. I have a good feeling about this one. This ongoing change, it feels different. Might just be my superstition, or perhaps all these people I share my lair with these days. But I like this era, it's interesting. The Sphinx puts down her barrel. Or maybe it's the wine talking, she says with a mysterious smile. I agree. It's a good feeling era. You only live for 30-something years, human. Wait until you've lived through 3 eras, then you can comment. I'm 27, actually. Oh, interesting. She sips her other wine. As old as the era, huh? How prophetic. Shrug. Anyways, how did your little spacewalk go? Oh, but I had a chat with Riskin about it not long ago. The old pen of bone is quite talkative when he desires information. He leans in and observes you. Anyway, how did it go? I met Earth. You did? How is the old badger? He's good. Dead but good. Good to hear. Sad but good. I'm just happy you survived. Going out beyond isn't exactly the safest hobby. She finishes her barrel of wine and then lets out a sigh. But a lovely day. I think I'll have another. I'm in a very good mood today. She's so drunk, she's the opposite of speaking riddles. You're not lonely down here? Oh, my sweet cleric. This place will be packed tonight. I'm just enjoying the silence while it lasts. See you around, Altis. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Is there anyone else I care to talk to? Maybe the kiosk kid. We're gonna find him. Certainly not the merman landlord. Yeah, let's talk to Orn. I don't care about Rollo. Oh, and of course, gotta talk to her. Hey. Okay, never mind then. Cleric. Isn't it a lovely day for an election? You sound happy. Could I not? Years of effort, all for this. The revolution aims at the liberty of all folk around the coast. And if the recent polls are to be believed, it appears we've succeeded in the goal for Norwich. Let's wait until we see the results. A wise statement. From what I hear, freestyles will most likely form a coalition with the nationalists, bonded through a compromise and prosperity for all. It's beautiful to see. A coalition without the ask list, of course. Not that it wasn't on the table. Turns out the dwarves are difficult to work with and despise orderly compromise. Who would have guessed? What about the magic party? The old man Praxis party. I don't think they've got over the minimum last poll. It was around 2 or 3%. Who knows? I'm still guessing he used some charms to get those votes. She says with a glint in her eye. Minimum is 5. I wish the agriculturist was still in the race. I'm a farmer. It's my blood. She laughs. Oh, I'm sure the agricult will rise again. There's some rumors of farmers going against the ask list line. Maybe they'll find a reason to enjoy the revolution. It'll be interesting to see. It sure will. He takes a deep breath. I must say, I'm quite surprised by how you handled that surprise meeting with the ambassador. Good surprise or bad surprise? Oh, good for sure. We've been having trouble dealing with their insane demands for months leading up to the election. Obviously, we don't have too much skin in the game when it comes to halflings here, but if we were to start fully supporting deportation and blockades, there would be an insane backlash in this. And just as you said, the ambassador, there would be massive backlash from the Horde as well. I simply spoke the truth. I can tell you the ambassador already sent over a lessened list of demands of the AEFAs. It's not amazing, but something we can at least work on.
You should stop working with them. They are alien invaders who would crush the free strategism if they had that. It's good that you're happy. Oh, I am. And I'll see you on that date of ours in a few days, she says, changing the subject. I'm thinking the nice dinner at the Flip, if I'll let you know the details. The Flip, a popular tavern on the border between the housing and the palace. It's built around the old temple with a staple esoteric pocket inside. One causing the upper half of the chamber to be gravity flipped. It's quite cool, the diamond on the ceiling. She would like if you took some control here. You know what? Sounds good, Vera. It does, doesn't it? Looking forward to it. Now, I've got a lot of things to get to. It's a big day. She grins, her tusk gleaming in the sunlight. Have a lovely election. Alright. It's time. You stop. Another sending. Another ominous feeling. Not another assassin, right? No, it's a familiar feeling once more. It is. Receive it. Leif X-Kraft, Patriarch. Hello, Rang! Motherfucker. Patriarch X-Kraft. It's part of the job, unfortunately. I am sending you because I saw you appear on in my divination orb, also known as a crystal ball. Your skull rattles hard. You popped out of existence for a while. I figured you went after whoever smuggled in the necklace of fireballs. Well, I'm making it back. Proud of you. The message cuts off. Now you may reply if you believe that to be in any way worthwhile ability. Every demon in the back of my skull, I'm not sure I will ever be the same. It was Lord Gorm, but I handle everything. I think it's fine now. I will give you the details of the tower. Patriarch, I have a lot to report. It's a bit complicated, but I will get to you as soon as I have voted in the election. I don't think... my headcanon is that I become a druid and don't go back to the towers. I'll... don't reply and just walk away. No way. Not a chance, Dad. Nicholas Darrow. You see the Corn Lord Darrow speaking to a brown-haired young girl in a dress. His daughter. They share phenotype. It's just an application. You know how proud your mother would be if you accepted Freydis. I'm not going. It's not just an application, Dad. For fuck's sake, you pretty much own them. He scoffs. When exactly did I buy this university? The girl holds out the letter, shaking it in his face. Our name is in the damn pamphlet. Look, he says, actually calmly. It's the best establishment on the coast, sweetie. You could at least visit before you didn't notice you standing there. A bit too late. Oh yes, it's her, the so-called assassin. Cleric? Frey goes wide-eyed, glancing between you and Stell. Anger? Fear? No, her eyes are screaming, not these fucking guys again. Apologies for the swear word. No worries, wisdom. I love you. Sweetheart, we'll continue speaking about this later now. Yes, she mutters. She points two fingers your way when her fat dad doesn't notice. A message appears in your mind. Shut your fucking mouth and don't say anything to Dad. After the message, she mutters an awkward, of course, Dad, before sending you one more message. Please. Is this your daughter, Master Darrow? Yes, indeed. He taps her on the head. Afraid it is quite a talent, you see. A brown inheritor of the house, Darrow. Sure. Please tell me I can tell him. Darrow, there's something Frey here needs to tell you. Good luck. Yeah. Good luck with your application, young lady. Thanks. We'll talk more tonight, Frey. The girl looks at her father and to you, and she walks away, rubbing her eyes. The Coin Lord cuts in. Like! He immediately wipes the dad expression off his face and gives you a friendly smile. I'm very happy to see you alive for one. Last I heard, you performed some type of ritual in front of the pillar. You must have found proof of your rogue spellcaster, hiding in the beyond, I assume. The problem is our beloved Lady Sageleaf was taught everything. He takes a step forward and glares at you. She knows all the details of the tea shop and has already begun legal proceedings. I find that highly. The coroner looks at Snell. I believe your lady is already well aware of that fact. Sure. He answers in a monotone voice. I'm mostly just impressed you broke an oath to do it. I wasn't even aware that was possible. I've been told it's incredibly difficult to perform such a feat. You don't control me. Evidently not. He sighs and rubs his temple. No matter, it is what it is. And what it is a massive headache in the coming weeks. So thanks for that. Whoops! The coin lord adjusts his expensive robe and lifts his head, looking towards the pillar of jaw. Now, your esoteric excursion. What did you find out? The root cause was handled, I hope. It was Lord Gorm. He blew up the tea shop. Tell me about Gorm only. Lord Gorm. Is they taken aback by our words? So he's not dead in some dungeon below. Lord Gorm was planning to blowing up the election with a necklace of fireballs. It went off prematurely in the shop. Well, I'll be damned. He genuinely did not expect to hear that. Then the Gorn Lord nods. Okay, I understand. He was planning to resurrecting Earth by sacrificing humans in Norway. That's why he got the necklace of fireballs. There was his fingers. I always knew the bastard was a crazy sat. I defeated him in the beyond. He did not survive. Ah, good. Yes, well, the election is clearly going smoothly, so on behalf of the city, I thank you for your service, cleric. Nod. Cornlord sees more people arriving from the hill, his eyes narrowing. It's the end of our talk. As you might imagine, I'm quite busy on a day like this. He starts walking away towards the crowd. Be wise, be vigilant, cleric. His words come across more as a threat than advice, to be honest. As he disappears up Thorstad, Snell lets out a groan. What an asshole. Massive, sneaky asshole. The biggest on Thorstad. Absolutely enormous. Gaping, if you will. Oh boy. Alright. Let's go and place our vote. A few people remain in the queue. Through most are finished, done with this charade. It's getting late. The companion looks around the chamber and faint yellow light filling every corner. Might be time to cast your vote, eh? He's going to miss this. Another job in the bag. Hell yeah. Goblin will see a tired smile. Yeah. I've talked to enough people. Let's wait in line. Finally vote in the election to finish up your quest. Well, that's it then. Bit of a wait and it's done. I think this was just the beginning, you know. Yeah, that's the scary part. Snell grabs one of the fence poles nearby, leaning his body weight upon it. How are you holding up, by the way? We've been moving constantly every waking hour for a long time now. You just stand still like this. Jesus, I feel like I'm getting feeble-minded. Gotta keep moving, man. Without that shakes, you might as well be dead. Not sure how to even comprehend this damn day. Snell rubs his eyes, bloodshot eyes. You'd always talk to the press. Press? Yeah, like, get this all down in print. Great idea. People who love you. That would be a wonderful opportunity to share some masculine love. I had a friend at the Post who would love to write all about this. Lumiere Kordachov. She's this crazy lizard woman. Think you'd like her. Lumiere Kordachov, big name reporter for the Post. She writes articles about all kinds of esoteric bullshit and is able to turn anything into a compelling story. Hey, you read her work before. Not sure how much you're able to say without getting in trouble with your bosses, of course. I don't care what the Patriots think. They'll be out of a job after the election anyhow. I don't think even freeze riders have the power to flip an entire hierarchy on its head, not in years at least. I do like your thinking, though. But that's for tomorrow, or next week, or next month. Who knows how the city will look by then. Finally, we'll get some golden glory going around here. How hollow it will all feel afterwards. But more importantly, will Snell be okay? Will his people make it through the change? Will you be alright? I'll be fine. A nonchalant shrug. With a hint of uncertainty. I've helped build one hell of an institution here. I'll make it through, no matter who's running the show. The HWBT will survive, I'm sure of that. Whatever you do not equate them to cockroaches. Like, no. I think you're right. You got some spunk in you. Sure. We got spunk. The goblin grins. Now, you, on the other hand, what about me? Well, what's your plan? You will serve, bend over, pray for mercy. Make a fortune, just gotta keep working. You will help to make city utopia for all. Still gives you a moment to think. He's actually interested. I'll survive somehow. I'll hone my magic, become even more powerful. I'll find another job if this whole cleric doesn't work out. I'll find another job if this whole cleric thing doesn't work out. He shoots you a wicked grin. Well, I'm sure you've got connections. Thanks again for telling Darrow to shove it. That was great to see. I did. When? No, when he told me to dismiss me. That was cool. I didn't expect it. Just keep talking, the chamber appears to grow even thinner in fog. And only a few more minutes left before it's time. Now, before you head up, ask him. Ask him what he's voting for. That'll help you figure him out for real. Gesture towards the ballot box. You know, I gotta ask about your political opinions. The goblin sighs, clear throat. Yeah, hit me. Saying with a rough voice. What are you voting for in this election, citizen? That's private. Ugh. He wants to have a piece of it to himself. Understandable. You know I had to ask. I did expect, yeah. But he lets out a hearty scoff. I'll let you know this much. It won't be for the free striders. Good choice. I'm not sure how healthy an anti-stance really is, but I'm sure they'll win in the end anyhow. They always seem to do just that. You're green, I assume? Yeah. Cool. Read your many comments correctly then. He brings out a yellow notepad. I'm not the type to write stuff down, I swear. But at some point, I realized I should note down how often you make all these political comments. It's got pretty ridiculous at some point. Then he flips through it. Here. Snail shows you a full page of scribbled lines. It's like 30 times, Cleric. I'm not saying you shouldn't be politically engaged, but you're clearly a bit too fixated. Only 30? I gotta bump those numbers up. I suppose so. The goblin shakes his head, places the yellow notepad back into his jacket. As he looks away, silence takes over between the two of you. There is something. Something is left unspoken. It's weighing on Snell's mind. He takes a deep breath. Just a bit longer, and then it's all done. He doesn't want to address it unless you do it first. Understand, Snell. Advantage, a beautiful lie. You slept more than 8 hours last night. You solved the T-Shop mystery. You had a chat about relationship. You took a breather together. You stood up for him against Darrow. Snell is a good person. You can trust him and you understand him. What's he thinking about then? He's thinking of Earth. There's a lot of unspoken about your encounter in the void. Let him ask. You're thinking about something. I am? Yes, I can tell. Let's talk about Earth. The goblin slowly closes his eyes, relaxing his posture. He's carrying it no longer. Yeah, I have to ask. I just had a brisk conversation with the man who personally slaughtered my entire race. Let me ask you, what the fuck am I supposed to feel about that? I think you made your opinions very clear to his face, which is impressive, by the way. I figured I'm the only goblin alive that's actually gonna get a chance to rage on the guy. You're ashamed to let that chance slip away. But he rubs his eyes. His brows furrow into scrunched mess as he adjusts his jacket. A tick. I don't know. Part of me hates that he got into me at all. How do you mean? I should have shot him with a sling for what, but something about the look in his eyes. I wouldn't expect that look from the eyes of someone with that kind of power, who had that kind of power. He knew from the start that it was all just a gamble. I don't know how to even process that. And that's how all these gods went about it. following the divine visions of whichever die roll had the greatest chance of success. It's insane. Yeah, just let him speak. Snell places a claw against his temple. It's just, Ullman stands there, defending every choice he's made, and as if he were infallible, while also showing so much regret, like he knows how much he's fucked up along the way, but he'd still do it again. And I'm supposed to feel bad for him, or should I be some all-forgiving monk just because he did his best? So that he has the gall to tell me what I should do, like his words are anything other than the ramblings of a dead god. I don't know. He looks down at the beautiful carved dwarven tiles. How do you feel about it? He's looking for some genuine shit here. Don't be too human, Nick. He won't like that. I know what your heart is whispering. It's this kind of moment where you make sure to remember Earth was just a guy. And now you're the one left to pick up the pieces. Remember what he told you. His era is over. You and I are the ones here. This is our city. Goblin looks up. You said to yourself, everything changes after the election. It's a new world. Yes, I did. Yes, it is. Goblin's eyes are full of contemplation. He will think about this conversation as much as he will about the one with you. And that quick smile on his face. Yeah, you did good. No fumbles here. I did it! The dwarf at the front of the quell yells as his voice echoing out into the now almost empty temple chamber. I finally voted. I actually did it. Ha! He steps back from the ballot box, wiping sweat away from his brow. The dwarf turns back to look you over the chamber, tears streaming from his bloodshot eyes. I didn't think it would be this difficult. At least you've got one guy who cares as much about politics about you. With this gentleman done, you see nothing now. Nothing that stands between you and your voice. Here we go. Time to modernize this fucking place. Let's go. The end. Shouldn't it? You approach the ballot box. It's slit, a canyon of possibilities. You should really try to find a culprit. And to cast this damn vote. The guy next to you drops his own voting card, and he too leaves the chamber. Only you and Snell remain. Speaking of which, here. For his pocket, the goblin shows a freshly printed voting card, and then he boxes filled. You rummage in your pouch for a moment until you find it, your old voting. It's so damn crinkled, and all the boxes are filled in for some reason. They already have. Yeah, but they won't accept that. The rules clearly state only one can be. Look at the new card. You see a Novakian stamp at the corner. Printing is a bit different from the card you received in the mail last week. Seems like the goblins must have ordered a new batch. You always think of everything, don't you? Oh yeah, I got enough for detail. He holds up another card looking just as fresh. I just snagged an extra when I took one for myself. Unceremoniously, Sel then drops his own voting card in the box. Huh? Done. Oh shit! Goblin is quick and democratic. What a combo. Get it? Just like that? They're heading with the calm demeanor and gasp. I do want a fucking ritual, song and dance. Into the box, that's what matters. He has known for a long time what to put in the box. Good on you for voting, Snell. I wasn't gonna not after all of this. Anyhow, that steps aside. Outside cleric. The ballot box looms. Its shadow ominous, emanating an uncertain future. Turning to leave, he instead looks back with a scrunched expression. He's gotta ask one more thing. The prayer. What? Prayer the old man mentioned. We'd pray every night for one thing. It's been killing me, so I gotta ask. What was it? Yeah? Goblin gives you an almost desperate look. He needs to hear this. Can't hurt to share. Not like anyone will ever ask you again. It's, say it. Snell crosses his arms. I like to look out the window each night. I'd look at the moon and the dark side, then I would ask Earth to give me one. Yeah? He leans in. What was it? Hold up a finger. Only one is enough. Right? One friend. Goblin listens. I was only kid. That's shrug. Nothing reasonable. It's really not. Goblin companion laughs alongside you. He holds out a sharp claw. A show of friendship. Friendly gesture. Take it. Be careful. Don't do too much. No. Be cool. Give him a tap or something. Yeah. No goblin sleuth. Raise your hand a little. Hands a little. Fuck you. He just did it with his claw. Shake it firmly. You give him a first shake. He grins. He's going to miss this. Whatever reason. See you around, Claire. Goblin companion walks down the stairs, heading straight for the exit. As he goes, you hear him yell out, "And don't vote for anything stupid!" Watch him leave the Temple of Earth. Then, you're alone. Turn back to the ballot box. You see it staring at you. Next to it, a simple pencil. Just so you know, this is just you and this amazing little box. Could you imagine? Dozen revolutions, decades of violence and upheaval. All to get you the chance to write whatever you want on that little piece of paper. Copied in silly words. Vote. Vote for every person, each creature, all things in this world of yours. Vote. Pick up the pencil, look at the card. Everything upon your shoulders. As you bring forth the voting card, pencil in your hand, the world is watching. I know exactly what to vote for. The ballot box believes you, so do it. Choose now, one final time. Is this voting? Sounds important. Meek thinks Master will choose good. Thanks, Meek. Yes, big thanks to me. The talking scarf moves back into a not talking scarf. Ballot box calls to you. You can delay no longer. I'm going to vote for the Ascalist Workers' Party. Fill out the box with a heavy heart. For the ones who fall behind, for the ones who want to build an egalitarian dream. You are a good person. Hold up the voting card. You hold the card in your hand, the ballot box below. A symbol for everything you are, everything you can be. Once you put this voting card inside that box, you have always made your choice. Now follow the string. A 50-50. First election. Oh. You know. Oh. There we go. Yeah, it wasn't the most, it didn't do amazing on the channel, but I'm glad I played this. I liked it a lot. And, it has a lot of charm. I know it's inspired by D&D 5th edition and Disco Elysium. Ooh. Yeah, I'm very glad to have played this game. If they make a sequel, I might play it. I don't know. This was very fun, even if it didn't. My fucking throat is destroyed though. This was probably the hardest game to record for me from a voice acting perspective because I decided to go for so many rough voices. So it was a pain. But it was fun. Thank you to everyone who made this game. I know I'm not reading your names out loud now, but truly thank you for creating this very lovely game. I appreciate it, the experience you gave me. Thank you. Just one musician? Are there more? Ah, yes, there are.
Enclosed by the bar, our myths are no more. Contending in time that stems from the core.
Now I'm gonna start thinking of what I'm gonna play next. It's always a big struggle for me. Although I know what's gonna come next, definitely it's Deltarune Chapter 5 is releasing soon, but that's only gonna give me like 5 episodes probably. So, I have to figure out what else to do very quick. Data, everything is also coming to an end, so it really feels like the end of an era for me. Yeah. It's a weird feeling, bittersweet. But, that's how it is. God. This game has so much charm. I love it. Are we gonna see me and Snell at the end? Ah, Snell's right there. Big Seagull, let's go. Voiceovers? There weren't that many. I mean, I guess the grunts and stuff like that. But no voice acting really in that way. Special thanks to 3,000 liters of tea. Special thanks to Dungeons and Dragons, Secret of the Monkey Island, Planescape Torment, and Disco Elysium. Damn. Very long recording at the end, I will say. But I feel like it wasn't suitable to cut it off in the middle. This is a strange work of fiction. Names, characters, and places and incidents are products of the author's imagination or used to, yeah. A huge heartfelt thank you for every single person who has bought and played, legally or otherwise, this silly game. With that, we end today's session. Ah! It's been an honor to DM for you over the course of the adventure. Your cleric has been incredibly interesting to watch. Oh, what a way to end. Or should I say, your friendly local druid, right? God. Somehow you managed to secure an actual date with the handsome orc. I have a feeling you will, at the very least, make an unforgettable impression. Remember, she's just using you, and that's okay. Oh, and don't forget about your new buddy Isk. He will seek out terrifyingly powerful magic in order to bring back his dear wife. You think he can do it? Maybe. You have to help him out. When it comes to meat, you obviously got a familiar for life. But you better keep an eye out. That old master of his definitely still around. Maybe you'll even get to have a chat with him at some point. Then there are questions surrounding those lost mines Axel was looking for. That sounds like a higher tier dungeon to me. I'm guessing that might be a greater focus for the next adventure. Who doesn't love a good treasure hunt? No matter what, the Golden Horde will keep a watchful, radiating eye on this city of ours. And I might end up fixated on you because of how you played in that meeting. It'll be exciting to see. As for Visken, your little adventure is nothing to him, obviously. But I'm fairly certain after your midnight meeting, he and his helpers will end up crossing paths with you again, one way or another. The cleric is also stacked with riches from the deck of many things, of course. I don't want to ruin your fun too much, but he is going to have to pay taxes on that, plus he collected it while on an official mission. God damn it! Expect to keep less than half. Sorry, those are the rules. Okay, I technically did, but trust me, I'll make sure your cleric keeps a decent chunk. And you did also buy those dungeon lands, right? So I'm sure you'll make even more money with that eventually, right? No, that was a waste. Ultimately, though, I am most intrigued by your encounter with Earth. For Snell, it was a meeting with the horrors of the past. For Tia, it was a reminder that the more she stays put, the faster everything around her spins. For the cleric, it must have made a lasting impression. One that will shape the future and the era to come. Speaking of which, with the election done, I feel like this campaign needs a time skip. Couple months, years. Norwich is heading into a tumultuous time, but your Asgard cleric will surely find purpose in the cause. I can't wait to see what you do next, Christopher Bodvar. And that brings us to the end of Esoteric Ebb. To anyone who is watching this now, or maybe later on, thank you. And I hope to see you in the next series. Bye bye!